And then, of
Yeah.
course, I have wanting to play this.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so
Old
that's,
world.
yeah, I've been reading that. And of course, I have all the armies from bygone era when that was actually a game.
Nice.
Yeah,
I thought
so
maybe that you were just saying bygone era, like that, your whimsical youth or something, but
it's
no. It was
sort
your
of
game.
youthful.
It was your game.
It
It's a game.
was, yeah, it's, I don't have, Phil had, did you ever play Fantasy Battles?
Nope.
Okay. So am I the only person here that played Fantasy Battles?
Yeah,
I,
I didn't. I played Dungeons and Dragons only. I didn't play Warhammer or anything like
I
that.
never played GW 40K or for regular Warhammer, neither one.
Mm.
Okay. So maybe we can, I can show you that this game, it's a little intense, but
Okay.
as most GW games are that are they're big sellers.
Now, does this mean you can bring out your old
Mhm.
models?
Yep.
I mean,
Okay.
I heard they're actually like reprinting some of those old models and selling them again. So
Yep. Yeah, they're
Very
doing
nice.
that. They did that for 40K too. They have this Horus Heresy version that's kind of a conglomerate fix of fourth through seventh edition and
Mhm.
brings back some of the old rules in an updated format. And reading these rules, they did a really good job of bringing back the old rules and cleaning them up and fixing them.
Okay.
So it looks really fun and
Now, is
not,
there a standard point set army?
yeah. So you build an army of like 2,000 points and then um, face off and with different scenarios that are in the book. It'll be really interesting to see. Right now, everything's sold out everywhere. People are playing it, pulling out
Yeah.
their
Actually, I've
figures.
seen the gaming tables are full. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's encouraging as well. Um, but I don't have any time anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. I went to the store today and they're like, "Yeah, we don't have any of the product." And I'm like, "Yeah, I could read it anyways." So that's exciting. And then Mark, you're going to tell us about the Civil War set,
I just saw
Osprey.
that Osprey's coming out with that book set with Hot Lead and Cold Steel. And I have the what is it, Battle in a Box from Perry for the Civil War. I have to open, and so I'm thinking I might connect those two at some point and get those going. But that's a dream. It's all a dream.
yeah, I mean, I saw a video on that rule set. There's a channel that spun out of the Little Wars TV channel called Mark's Game Room, and their
Oh,
latest episode basically they review the with hot lead cold steel and had a demo of it.
all right, I'll check that out.
I'll post the link in our chat.
Cool.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
Mark, you want to bring up 3D printing?
I just does that got at a pickup game at a buddy's house and he does a lot of 3D printing. I was just wanted to see what you guys thought about it. Thanks, Phil.
Yeah.
See what you guys thought about it if you do it. Because I remember in the olden days when you couldn't really paint the models and stuff, it sort of looked still like it was 3D printing, but I know they've updated a lot. So I just was wondering what you guys thought about it.
Phil, do you
I
have a
think
3D printer?
I do not, but I think it's great. This is so at the convention. I don't know if this will actually show up, but this is a little piece of terrain that I
Uh-huh.
bought and I painted. It's a little burger shop. It's got a
Nice.
mech on top of it with a little plate of food. So it's my camera's not that good, but it's there. So I love 3D printing. I love it for terrain especially. So I think it does a great job with terrain.
Okay, nice.
So you're saying you 3D printed that?
No, I bought it.
Oh, you bought it. Okay.
I bought it already printed out and I just painted it.
Hmm.
But I mean it looks great. The stuff that they could print these days, because a lot of the new printers are using resin, and so the resin printers work a lot well than the old FDM printers.
Right.
So I've done a lot of research on this. I also use 3D printers in my job. So there, it's kind of like we're still in the Model T version of 3D printers, if I can use that sort of terminology. They're mass producing 3D printers with lots of different kinds of issues to them. A lot of people are saying you need a heated bed, you need multiple extruders. You need to know how to build an STL file. There's a lot to it. I've
Right.
also been tracking, I'm part of some groups that are just talking about 3D printing. A lot
Mhm.
of people are finding that these people that build files, STL files, are just not accurate at all. So you'll put down a model that you know is the right scale, and then you'll 3D print one that says it's that scale and doesn't even match.
Right.
And that's tough. I mean, that makes it hard when you're relying on a community and you're finding that the community isn't really quite,
Right.
you know,
There's like no standardization sort of, or
or yeah, exactly. Well, I guess you could say that, or just no quality control. Because some
right,
people are saying these files terrible, and some
right.
others are feeling like again, it's a little bit early stages still. I've kind of used MakerBot because they just could chunk out, but they only do PLA, and they do the higher version of the extruders, but they're really expensive. And
Mm.
again, you're talking about dropping about 2K to get a printer that will
Right,
do what you really should have it do.
right.
So it kind of freaks me out. I mean, people are buying these printers. I'm glad they have the money to buy them,
Uh-huh.
and they're building, they're using these STL files to create these cool miniatures that really, if you cost source them out, I think they're
I was gonna
probably,
say the
yeah,
material cost for a personal to use that would probably be expensive, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But the newer printers do carbon fiber, they do resin, they do all kinds of different PLA and ABS, which ABS is a little weird. You print it and then you have to clean it up with
Uh,
acetone.
oh, I see.
Not into that.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot
Yeah,
of work.
it's a lot of work. It's a love, it's a
Uh-huh.
labor of love. It's,
Sure.
ooh, look at what I printed.
Sure, sure, yeah.
Yeah, and the resin is much more affordable, but I don't like resin just because, oh, I left my miniatures in the car. Oh, now I have a
No.
puddle, you
Yeah.
know?
Right. Right,
So,
right.
and I'm sure there are better resin formats that you can use, or medium rather, that you can use that won't do that. But we live in Southern California where cars can get up to like 100 and
Especially where you
something.
guys live down there. It gets real hot in the summer for sure.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
Thanks for shouting that out.
I got air conditioning. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, if it's in your car though, and you go to
Yeah.
play and yeah, you leave it in your car, yeah.
It gets hot here too. It gets
Yeah,
hot.
it does. And you get a lot of rain.
Yeah, we have been a little bit.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
let's see. I wanted to talk about kind of where the
You got
hobby is
you got
going
the
because
time, you got the time check. You see that?
yeah, I got the time check.
All right, go right on.
Thank you. Right
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Did you hear about GW? Because they're kind of big in the industry. And so let me go back up a little bit. So players would go to conventions and guys would have just sheets of paper and you'd sign in and they'd make matchings. And it was, people are like, we're in the digital age. Why are you doing this? So some people made an app. It was called Best Coast Pairing. And we all started using it years ago. Now it's, kind of ubiquitous. Everyone uses Best Coast Pairing for a lot of games.
Mhm.
Well, apparently GW bought it and now it's owned by them. And when I just went to the app today, it doesn't have the same icon, doesn't have the same login. You have to make a new account. It just looks completely different. Um, yeah, wow, that was not expected.
Corporate America strikes again, or what?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Bank of Scotland. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
So I felt like that's kind of a interesting
So
change.
was that free before?
Yeah.
And now it's going to be a charge probably?
Hmm.
Hmm. Right.
Yeah, and you used to be able to like check in on events and see how people were doing and stuff like that. I don't think that's going to be
And
a
you'll
thing
probably
in the
have to
future.
have that certain printout to go to certain tournaments, maybe.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
I mean, it's
Um,
the software that the tournament uses to organize it, right? So,
yeah.
but you need to have like a BCP account usually. You got your own account number so they can track you from during the event.
Right.
Yeah, unfortunately, everything is trying to piece out little cells of everything, you know. So hopefully that doesn't get to that point.
Yeah, it's just kind of how our hobby changes.
Mhm.
Um, and then I was, you know, I'm part of HMGS. I'm also a
Yes.
member of Major Wellingtons.
Yes.
And so I'm always looking to help both of those organizations. How are you guys feeling about the club scene?
We were just talking about that at Wellington's. We're gonna try to start having like a club night for everybody and have members sort of get more of a community going and have like a potluck. And we're gonna try, I know that we talked to Odyssey about renting the room there and hopefully, you know, generate membership so that we can rent the room with members' dues and have that kind of community building event. So that, yeah, it's on our minds for sure.
And I mean, the church events are nice. I mean, if we could make,
Oh yeah.
we're trying to make those monthly as well. So it's the same sort of thing. It's a social event as well. I mean, Dan brings a little food that we reimburse him for, but I mean, we could expand that a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, I always say this, I know a broken record, but the church is such a great venue. It's, you know, it's clean, it's well thought through. It's a public meeting area already, so you have a kitchen and we could really do some really fun stuff there.
Yeah.
As far as if we wanted to get more organized, but it's tough. You know,
Yeah,
we're
we're just, you know, it's just growing the community and everyone trusting that you're gonna follow through and, you know, because sometimes you don't, can't know if people are gonna show up and stuff. So,
very true, very true. So what else? What else is going on? We were gonna go into what's coming up. So
all right.
Ancients on the 16th. Is that right?
Yep. Yep. Hail Caesar and Infamy, going with the Ides of March holiday for Julius Caesar there.
Awesome. And then the 17th, Phil, you're doing Blood Red Skies at Lost
What
Planets.
Blood Red Skies at Lost Planet? I've been busy painting up stuff. I just finished some Corsairs and some Georges, so got a bunch of Americans and Japanese done now.
Nice.
Awesome. And then the church in April, we're thinking World War One, bolt
That's
Some
a
action.
that's a Luis thing. He's trying
Uh,
to connect bolt action to that, and I don't know. Have you guys heard of bolt action with World War One?
but
I've
just a
heard
little bit.
I've heard of it. I don't know what the rules are. I don't know what the forces
Right.
are. So I
And
could,
so I was telling him to look at, I think it's Great Escape Games has a 1914 rule set. I told him to maybe look at that.
because I could probably do a French army. I've got like 30 or 40 French models, so I could do
Right.
that. But I need to know what the rules are or
Yeah,
the
great thing about Luis, he has a great ideas. It's just getting them all, you know, formulated and you know, fleshed out. That's the thing. So right now he's just fleshing it out, but he's throwing it out there, World War One. So if people have ideas and rules and you know, it'll be at the church. Is it at the church? Is that what it says?
yeah.
That's what it
We
Okay.
could
says. Yeah.
we could always default to World War II, but yeah, it's
Right.
on the calendar right now. I think it's April
I
20th or
mean,
something.
I thought Phil, you were buying a bunch of World War One guys, weren't you, or something?
I was for a different game,
Mhm.
basically a pulp game called A War Transformed, which is maybe what I'll bring to that just in case, because I know somebody
Yeah.
else who's got an army for that, so
Yeah.
we could bring that and play it as
Yeah, let's
well.
do it. You should, we'll
Yeah,
talk to Luis about
yeah,
getting the rules settled down because I didn't know how bolt action
yeah.
connects to that, you know.
Okay, we're gonna take a
Yes,
small break.
right.
So we will see you soon.
All right, just message us when you're ready.
You got it.
All right.